After getting caught by the keepers, Audrey is met by Wilson, who informs her that he's not actually the bad guy. He brings her to his house where she tries to fall asleep, if I recall correctly, but when she drinks a few sips of water, Alice Angel appears behind her, knocking her unconscious, and the game fades to black. When Audrey finally comes to, she finds herself in a room with 6 lost ones tied up with bags over their heads, and Twisted Alice sitting in a throne. She tells us to solve a riddle, but when we solve that riddle, we can find that it's really familiar. We find that there is a bear, a rabbit, a bird, and a fox, and we need to find out where each animal is placed. The order goes the rabbit, the bear, the bird, the fox. Now, where have we heard this before? That's what we're going to be talking about today. While it was definitely not meant to be as they were first being released, could it be possible that FNAF and BENDY can become a conjoined universe? Could BENDY and FNAF collab? This is going to be a relatively short video, and I'm not here to say that it's absolutely going to happen or that there's actually evidence that it will happen. I'm just here to discuss the possibility that it could potentially happen. Or I'm here to discuss whether or not it could potentially happen. Will it happen? Probably not. Is it possible? Let's find out. The FNAF reference in BENDY and the Dark Revival wasn't immediately clear to me, but once the chat pointed it out, it made so much sense. Oh wait, that was FNAF, hold up. The bear in the middle with the bird and the rabbit on either side of him and the fox kinda separate. It's a very clearly intentional detail, but does it mean anything? Scott Cawthon and the Meatly have portrayed their deep respect as well as interest in each other's games. However, both have admitted that a collab between FNAF and BENDY is highly unlikely, but the fact that both of them have nothing but respect for each other's games shows that they could potentially be open to it in the future. Initially, I thought that the FNAF reference in BENDY and the Dark Revival could actually possibly be a reference to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza possibly actually existing in the BENDY universe, possibly tying the two game universes together, but quickly I realized that the BENDY and the Dark Revival game takes place in 1973. Even if Freddy or Fredbear existed as that Fredbear Sing-In' Show thing that we saw in Security Breach, the characters of Chica and Foxy and maybe Bonnie didn't exist, most likely, by 1973. Fredbear's Family Diner is implied to have opened in 1982, and Freddy Fazbear's Pizza opened in 1983. The reference doesn't have to mean they're in the same universe, but that doesn't mean they can't be either. That doesn't mean that they can't be either, but in the city part of the game, if you whack all of the pots around, the moon in the level will transform into the moon from Zelda Majora's Mask. I haven't actually done this myself, so I'm going to be doing it for this video. By the time I'm recording this video, I haven't actually... Okay, where am I going? I haven't played this game in a while. A city built on broken dreams. That's a very good question. Hi, BENDY. Yo, he's wearing a Santa hat. He's still so cute, even though I know he's the ink demon. I didn't know that that happened. Anyway. Alright, so I need to find all the pots. I don't remember where all of them are. I think... Okay, that's one, obviously. 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, and then 7. Alright, there should be like... I know there's the alleyway, but I don't know if it like... I think I have to go through the cutscene first to for it to open up. I'm pretty sure it hasn't opened up yet, so I'm gonna do this. There we go. There it is. Alright, now where are these last 3, I think? 1. There is, I think, yeah, 2. Not yet. I think there's one more right there. Yo! There it is! Oh my god, it's so cool. I love this Easter egg. I haven't even played Zelda, but... But, like, this thing is so cool. And I think when you look away, it disappears. Yep. There it goes. God, that's so cool. No, but the thing It's the interesting thing about this Easter egg, which I'll talk about in a second. It's just like, if there's an Easter egg of that, I don't think that means that Zelda's in the same universe as Bendy, right? But like, I wanted to point that out because I didn't want to say, oh yeah, it's confirmed, this will happen, this will 100% happen, because yes, God, it's so weird, because the last time I played this game was exactly a month ago, which was the day after it came out. God, I love this game so much, guys. This is a really cool Easter egg because it's pretty well hidden, and I don't think most people would think to try this. However, there's obviously no way that Bendy and Zelda could be in the same universe, so just because there's a FNAF Easter egg doesn't mean that they share a universe. It doesn't mean they can't either, though, because FNAF and Bendy are similar in a lot of ways. The science of each game wouldn't really contradict each other, so then being in the same universe wouldn't really ruin anything in either of the games. Both FNAF and Bendy are horror survival games, and if they were to interact with each other, it would probably be a really cool gameplay experience. There could be a whole game that is a crossover between FNAF and Bendy. The question really comes down to whether or not the creators would be up for it. In 2020, the Meatly, the creator of Bendy, asked his Twitter if he was to make the next installment of another game franchise, what would they want him to do, and most people answered FNAF. Here's what he had to say about that. Apparently the main answer is FNAF. Lol, well, in the future if Scott wished it, I'd do my own spin on the series, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. So the Meatly is very clearly interested in FNAF and would be open to making a FNAF game if Scott wanted him to. Another time, Scott actually said, well, this developer crossover will likely never happen, but I have nothing but respect for the Bendy series. I'm eager to see where they take it. Scott claims that the developer crossover between FNAF and Bendy likely won't happen, but that he respects Bendy and is interested in the future of it. So it doesn't look like a crossover will happen anytime soon, but objectively, could it possibly? Well, technically, yes. It's just a matter of whether it actually will or not. I have nothing but love for both of these game franchises, and I would absolutely love a crossover. Meanwhile, there's some people who hate the idea, or hate one franchise or the other. But to me, a collab between FNAF and Bendy would be next level. So that just leaves one question. Do you guys think that this would ever happen?